Boeing CEO, administrator of the FAA. I'm going to tell you why. My name is DARYL GUBERMAN. I'm the CEO of Guberman PMC LLC, a quality consulting firm here in Connecticut. And it appears like somebody has been listening to me because they're going to be questioning Kelly Oatberg, the CEO of Boeing now, who used to be formerly the CEO of Rockwell Collins. And Rockwell was the manufacturer of the MCAS system that killed over 346 people, 2018, 2019, in the Ethiopian Air and Indonesian airline crashes. So let me give you the scenario of this, and you be the judge, because our news media is not doing anything. Here it goes. In 2001, after 9/11, Boeing had an article out that said they were going to lay off 20 to 30,000 employees. 2002, 7 months later, in April and July, they came out with supplier notifications saying that we're basically going to give up, as the need arises and need be, we're going to give up source inspection to two pieces of paper, two certificates, one for special processes, one for international standards called AS 9100. In 2009, Boeing was made an agency, a regulator of the FAA. Boeing was made a regulator or agency. So they had some of their employees who were not just Boeing employees, but they wore the hat of the FAA. Full-time employees, FAA/Boeing, or Boeing FAA. Boeing was paying their salary. So who do you think that they would? That they would tell if there was a discrepancy, a rejection on an aircraft on the line? First, would they tell the FAA or would they tell Boeing management? Of course, since Boeing was financing or paying the salaries of those Boeing FAA designates, what would happen is this. They were full-time Boeing/FAA inspectors. That means that the CEO, in essence, is an administrator of the FAA, because the FAA gave Boeing that power to be basically self-certified, approve aircraft technologies like the MCAS system that killed 346 people, and also new aircraft designs, as I was down in Washington, D.C. on April 17th, standing up and supporting Sam Salapar, who was blowing the whistle on the Boeing 777, 787. So think about it. This is about Boeing CEOs, FAA administrators, and don't let anybody kid you. Do you know why they have all these acronyms, by the way? You know, I have a friend of mine who said that, she said, these are very confusing. It's very confusing. Well, when you're a business owner, you don't want to hear about ANSI, ANAP, or some registrar that's accredited by ANSI, ANAP going into your facility. All they do is they're under pressure because Boeing puts them under pressure that you must be ANSI, ANAP, or internationally equivalent. So you have all these acronyms, all this, it's called obfuscation. That's the word. Just remember that, obfuscation. You can look me up at DARYL, DARYL, GUBERMAN, and put Boeing after that and hit images. So I'm saying this again, and let me know in the comments if you agree with what I've said. And on top of it, when Boeing was made an agency of the FAA, a regulator of the FAA in 2009, were they responsible to go back and tell the FAA that they put the MCAS system in, or design 777, 787? Did they have to? And then you have the DOJ, who came out just a couple months ago saying that Boeing lied to the FAA about the MCAS system. Well, you have the DOJ, who sits on the American National Standards Institute, just like Boeing. You don't make this up. Just like Boeing, paying a fee as a member of ANSI, ANAP. But just like Boeing, the DOJ is a customer of ANSI, ANAP, not just a member. Just remember that. The Department of Homeland Security is not just a member of ANSI, ANAP, but they are a customer like Boeing. The Department of Commerce is not just a member of ANSI, ANAP, but they are a customer like Boeing. The FDA is not just a member of ANSI, ANAP, they are a customer. We have all the data. My telephone number again is 203-556-1493. We look forward to hearing from you. And remember this. As Confucius said, it is not the droplet of water that wears away the mighty stone, but it is its persistence. And I will tell you one, my favorite from Thomas Paine. It is easier to believe a lie that... I apologize. That was from A.A. Milne. It's easier to believe a lie that one has heard 1,000 times than to believe a fact no one has heard before. That's Winnie the Pooh. And Thomas Paine, my favorite. When speaking the truth, it is many times like administering medication to the dead. I thank all of you, and remember that. Think about that. When Boeing was made an agency of the FAA in 2009, with Boeing employees be designated FAA inspectors, getting a Boeing salary, the CEO was and is an administrator. There'll be some people say, yeah, Guberman doesn't know. They had a full-time FAA Boeing salaried employee. It wasn't, you know what would have changed the cards? If the government was paying the Boeing employees, but they weren't. Do you understand that? Thank you.